Hi everyone, welcome back. Making sure my microphone's on. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Well, guys, today I have to do a product review. Even though I've kind of went over this with you once before, but I'm being told that I need to go over it in more depth. And that is the Let's Resin resin warmer. I've told you guys about it already. So we're going to go over its features and we're going to use it. So basically the parts has a lid, comes with a little plastic deal that goes in the bottom, and that separates your resin from touching the bottom because there's the heating element is in the very bottom. Let me move this over here so I can show you what's going on. Move it over here to the center. So as you can see down inside there, that's the heating element. And so then this sits right inside there, and that is what your bottles will sit on. This will not hold anything other than a 16-ounce bottle. One thing I will tell you, I would not recommend using open cups in this. And this right here is why. Because as this heats up, it does create condensation inside here, unless you plan on sitting here and babysitting this, taking the lid off and using a dry towel and wiping out this condensation so that it does not drip into your resin. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but I just wouldn't recommend it because you're going to take the risk of getting water in your resin, and you know resin and water don't mix. So I'm going to try to tip this so I don't spill water. Actually, let me just take you down off of the tripod so I can show you these features. All right, so on the front is your control panel. Let me wipe it off here. Okay, this is the start button. This is your timer button. So when you hit the timer button, it's going to automatically default to 20 minutes. So if you want to change that, then you're going to hit the timer button and then you're going to hit plus. If you want, when it's blinking, after it stops blinking, you can't change it. So you got to hit the timer button and decrease if you want. I don't think you can go less than 20 minutes. So you're going to hit the plus button. And if it's above 20 minutes, then you can hit the decrease. Once it stops blinking, you can't change it. Then if you want temperature change, it will, let me see how low it goes. I can't remember. 86 degrees is the low it'll go. Let's see. Remember, it has to be blinking in order to change it. Let me see how high it goes. So 158 is as high as it will go. My gosh, if you're using that at 158 degrees, that's craziness. I would never recommend, okay, it wasn't blinking. I would never recommend, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I would never go above 100. But that's just me. And you don't have any choice but to use 20 minutes. So this is going to start rising as the temperature heats up. And then your temperature or your timer button is going to start going down, because as soon as you turn it on and it starts going, your timer is going to start decreasing. So you want to get your bottles in there. And if you want to pour more water in there, you can, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm pretty much just going to tank it out, just like that. So I have it filled within like a centimeter from the top. And yes, I am using Bond Crafter because I don't have any Litz resin. And then you're going to put your lid on. And you're going to wait out the 20 minutes for it to heat up. So while that is heating up, we're going to look at another new product. So one momento while I put you back up on the tripod. Get you all back up here on top. Okay. Let's Resin has come out with a new heat gun. And I've already unboxed it because I was attempting to do a video the other night and my phone did an update. It's a new phone, so of course there's always going to be new updates, recent updates. And so anyway, I lost that footage. So we're going to go over this heat gun again. So basically, in a nutshell, it's pretty simple to use. So here's what the heat gun looks like. It's the baby blue color. Here's your on button. It has a high and a low. This is your intake, air intake, so you never want to put your hand over top of that. It has a little stand thing and a really long cord. So that's what that looks like. Now, what it comes with. Here it is back here. This is kind of a neat little feature. It comes with two blowout metal things, and let's see. One is an angled, and then of course this one would be for like wire, that kind of stuff. This would, you have to set it, get it on there, and then it probably would be hard to get off. So that's what those are. And it comes with two silicone covers for the end of your and it protects, and they just slide right on there. And so now the end of your plastic thing is covered. I don't know about you guys, but on my other heat gun, look at all that resin that I have that builds up on the end of your gun because you're constantly touching it. Well, this is going to help prevent that. And so in my other video, I was demonstrating how to use this, and we're going to use it again. We're going to use it today. But the temperature on high, I think it's like 700 and let me find my paper here. I think it's 782 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. And then on low, I think it's 400. Yeah, on low, it's 482 degrees, and on high, it's 752 degrees. So, yeah, this is for heat shrinking. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what this is all about. You always want to clean the end off, because obviously that keeps it all the resin on the end of that. So in a nutshell, that's what the heat gun is all about. I've already used it and it works really well. And like I said, this is what it sounds like on high, and this is on low. This is what happens when you cover the inlet. So, but on low, it's hot, but not a lot of pressure. On high, hot, but not a lot of pressure. But we'll demonstrate that as we get going into our project we're going to do today. So that's the heat gun. All right, let me bring you down, show you where we're at on this. We're at 14 minutes and we're at 95 degrees. So it takes a bit. I mean, you're also going to take 20 minutes off of your, I mean, if you had already mixed it and you had put your resin in there already mixed, you have to take into consideration that's going to take 20 minutes off your work time. It does have an outlet valve, not a valve, but area over here that's supposed to let the steam out. But as you can see, it's starting to steam up inside of there as it heats up. So it's at 100 degrees. So now we've got 13 more minutes to wait, or if you're impatient like me, you're going to reach in there and you're going to test that. And I would pick mine up and I would tip it, because obviously your resin's not going to get hot all the way up to the top. So I would typically tip mine to bring that colder resin to the bottom. And then I would put it back in there for the last. I mean, and this is also what you have to deal with when you're using these plastic bottles. I mean, if you're going to use your warmer on a regular basis, I would highly recommend getting the 16-ounce milk jugs. They're glass, no labels, and they have them on Amazon. I think they're like $13 or $14 for a pair, and they come with their own lids. I think they even have silicone pour spouts too. So there's that. We'll put the lid back on them. I'll show you what these milk jugs look like. Have I shown them to you before? Hold on a second. Get you back up on the tripod here so I don't have you like going around circles in my room. Yep, right here. Mine are kind of messy because I've had them for a long time, but this is what they look like. And this is the 30-ounce, and they make a 15-ounce, which is a lot smaller, or I mean 16-ounce, which they would fit inside there. And then they have this kind of a lid, or they have a spout lid. So that's what the milk jugs look like. All right. Well, that is in a nutshell how this works. And like I said, I just would not recommend you putting an open container with the resin in there, just because the water in there. Other than that, it works really well at warming up your resin. And yeah, so there you have it. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on pause, get this out of here, and we're going to start our project for today. Okay? BRB. Okay, got that out of the way. What I basically do when I take it out of there is I just take a towel, I wipe off the whole bottle so there's nothing wet on them, all over the whole bottle, just to make sure there's nothing, no water, no nothing on everything. And then I move that aside, and then I wipe off if there's any water anywhere on my table. So there's that. And I was going to use my heat gun just to see how warm this got. So it's 27.5 Celsius. 27.2 Celsius. So that's the temperature it got up to. So, all right. So for today's project, do you guys remember when I did the Into Resin stocking cap mold? And I told you guys that somebody suggested that I make it a snow globe. Well, guess what? I found the perfect size bulb. Fits in there perfectly. I did have to cut off the top of this a bit, and then I sanded it down, and it's going to fit in there just perfect. Yay! So, and I already put in the part in the stocking pom-pom, so we don't have to wait on that. Now, here's what we got to decide. Do we want to wait until afterwards to do anything to this inside, or do we just want to leave it clear so that we can see what we're going to put inside of here? Because the ball is going to take up all of this part of that, because we obviously don't want to make it opaque, because I mean, we could on these, and then you would see the snow globe through the other parts. I can't decide. Or we just leave it clear, and then we'll see everything that we put in here, which I got different colored snowflakes, which we're definitely going to use pink, and these white ones. And then we're going to put some of the chunky glitter inside there. And so I'm going to show you guys how I make these, because somebody wanted to know how I did that. Hopefully, nope, that's too big. There we go. So you're going to want to find something that you're going to set your bubble on top of. You're going to, let me show you what this looked like before I cut it off. So I got these on Amazon, and they just come in a box. And I think these are inch and a half, because these are what I had. So these are inch and a half, and I think these are 2 1/4 or something like that. So these are a bit bigger. So I pulled this off, and as you can see, the top is a bit bigger. So you're going to want to cut that off. Now, the secret to cutting this off so that it doesn't crack it down is you're going to use you're going to need a pair of side nippers, not round nippers. You're going to need a pair of side nippers, and you're going to want to side nip it, not this way. You're going to want to side nip it. So then you're just going to side nip it all the way around until you get down to where whatever you're putting it in, if you even need to do that. For me, I had to, because see, it was sitting above the mold. Now, whatever you're putting it in may not need to do that, but if you do need to do that, then you're going to nip it, side nip it, until you get down enough so that it'll work. So that is what I did with that. Put this back on here. And I save these little things right here because you just never know when you might need one of these. Because if you make a sphere out of resin, a resin sphere, you can use these on top of those. So basically, we're going to set this on top of here. We are going to put our things inside of here. I already have my mix mixed up. Here it is. Because I keep my shaker water already mixed up, and it's 50% glycerin and 50% distilled water. That's always been my mix. Have used it for years and never have had any problems. So let's get some pink snowflakes in here. And some of these snowflakes. And I think I'm going to use these bigger white ones, these bigger holographic ones. Because they're a bit bigger. I thought about putting some of these blue ones in there, but nothing about this is dark, so we're just going to use the pastel ones. And then we're going to put some glitter. Not too much. And then we're going to fill it with water and see what it looks like. And I think I'm just going to take my top off and just pour it in there. Okay, now I'm going to get a stick and we're going to stir it up. Wow, you guys, that's so pretty. I can't put my thumb on it, but can you see that? Isn't that pretty? So it's really going to be pretty when it shakes up. Can't decide if I want to add more. I think there's enough glitter in there. I think it's just the right amount. But I might add a few more drops of glycerin. Haley was cleaning my room yesterday and she rearranged everything. And I use this glycerin. I get it on Amazon. Oh, whoops, that one's not open yet. So this one must be my open one. Oh, yeah, I got a little bit left in here. I'll get my balls straight. Okay, now we got to mix that up. Okay, that is so pretty. Love it. All right, so now the next step is you have to wipe off this edge with alcohol because the glycerin will not allow the UV resin and the acetate to stick. So you have to wipe that off really good. Because glycerin, you know, is oily, so it has to be wiped off really well. Okay. Now we're going to cut us out a little circle with some acetate. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta wipe my hands off and then grab a piece of acetate. Milo's going crazy. Let's see if I can do this without messing it up. My hands are shaking. You can tell my hands are out of control. All right. I'll get that cut out. All right. BRB, I'm going to cut that out. Okay. Here we go. Check my microphone. Make sure it's all still on. Okay. One side of this has peel off. I can get it off now that I got gloves on. Actually, both sides have a peel off, so. All right. Now, we're going to take some UV resin, and we're going to put it around that edge. Well, he's just mad about something out there. And before I put this on there, I'm going to fill this some more. I should probably do that now, huh? Before I get too excited. Put this back on here. So I can use my tip. Because I want this to be all the way. I mean, I guess I could. I'm going to hang on to this really tight. Ugh, keep coming out of there. There. Oh, that's probably why I should have UV resined it first. Oh, goodness. Well, now I get to fix it all. Gosh darn it. Well, let me just take all this off of here just a second. Now I'm making a mess. All right, guys, let me fix this. I'll BRB. Okay, guys, guess what? I had to replace the whole thing. There was a hairline crack going down it, and that's why it was leaking. So anyway, it's fixed. No big deal. So my glitter is sticking to the sides, and it's because I did it totally different. I put the glitter in, glued this on, then put my water in, so my glitter is kind of stuck to the side. But hopefully, because technically you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to put your water in, then put your glitter in to keep it from doing that. But it is what it is. All right, so there's our bubble. So I think I'm just going to pour this and clear. All right. And boy, look at all that. Look at all those bubbles. Immediately. All right. Now we're going to put this in there. And I'm going to spray this with alcohol. Ha ha ha. Can't spray alcohol in the mold, but you can spray this with alcohol. And I just drop it right in there. I just want to make sure that after it's wet, I can't pick it up. Just make sure. Made up way too much resin. I can tell you that. That's okay. All right. Now I'm just going to continue pouring until it's covered. Now I know I measured that, so that should go under resin. All right. Now I'm going to have to be on bubble watch for a little bit, just to make sure this doesn't go somewhere where it's not supposed to. Keep it in the center. All right, we'll be back on demold. And I'll keep watching for the bubbles. All right, guys, we'll see you on demold. Okay, bye. Hey, everyone, welcome back. I don't know what happened. I must not have hit the record button hard enough, and I wasn't recording, so I went through all of that for nothing. So here we go. I've already demolded this, and this is what it looks like. Cute little stocking cap. I don't know what to do to it, or if you guys want me to do anything to it. Came out pretty perfect. So as you can see, you've got these, and you have this, and then you have these. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys tell me if you want me to do anything to it or to leave it clear. That there is a blob of glitter sticking together. But that's what it looks like. I think it turned out pretty cute. That's the bottom. You can see all that in there. I think it's adorable. I mean, if you wanted, we could leave this all clear and then maybe put some pink or something down here. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm going to leave a choice up to you. But this is what it turned out to be like. I think it's adorable. Worked perfect. Cute little snow globe. Just don't like that glitter in there that's all bunched together. I don't know why it's doing that. You see it? It's just a big blob of glitter. But you can see all the snowflakes in there. So cute. All right, so there's that. I do have some extras. I finished all of the ornaments. So this is the purple one. And this is the blue one. And I made a green one. And then the extra from this, I made a spinner. It's pink. It was the closest mold I could find to grab when I had the extras left over from that. So there's a pink spinner. And then from the leftover resin from this, I poured it into my, gosh, I got stuff stuck all over my fingers. I poured it into this snowflake mold, and it is a matte mold. And so this is how it came out. I haven't decided yet what I want to do, if I want to leave it matte and just highlight the embellishments inside of there, or if I just want to brush the whole thing with UV resin, and or what. I haven't decided. When I'll sand all these edges when I decide what I'm going to do with it. So there's that. And then the leftover resin from all of these projects over Christmas, I've just been dumping resin into a snowman mold, and that's how he came out. And I just poured all the white. I didn't do any color. I didn't brush it or anything. So when I pulled him out of the mold, I took UV resin and mixed it with the Into Resin number 8 no sink resin or glitter, and I brushed it on top of his hat and around his scarf. And then I used my Forget Me Not fine glitter, did the same thing with this and on the edge of there and there. I didn't do anything with his gloves or his sweater. I just left it white, painted his nose orange, colored in his mouth and his eyes, and he turned out to be a really cute snowman. And then I used some of those snowflakes and I glued a couple on his hat, and that's how he turned out. So he's a cute little snowman. So these are all my extras from leftover resin from everything. And that is it. And then this is today's project. So you guys are going to have to let me know. Should we leave it clear, or should we do something with something on the hat? You guys have to let me know. Okay? So, see something sticky on here. Must have touched it with something on my hands. So there you have it, guys. Little, and it was Cat. Cat, you're the one that suggested this, and so that's why I did this. So there you go. I could make several of these. It was easy. With different colors, and maybe use colored glitter, maybe colored mica powder. You could do tons of things with these. Very cute, very cute. All right, y'all. That's it for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like button and share it if you like. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that so I can meet my goal of 5,000, because we're going to have a hot dog party when that happens. So yeah. So I will leave you with that, and we will see you guys on the next video. Let me know what you think about my stocking cap snow globe. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Shake, shake, shake. Wish that blob would break up. That would be so much cuter because then you could see all that glitter in there. But yeah. All right, everyone. See you on the next video. Bye.